Welcome to DesignerDigitals Bi-Weekly Tip, July 29th, 2016. This week, text surrounding complex shapes in Photoshop and Elements. When you're working on a project and you want to wrap text around a page element, you can use the tools in Photoshop and Elements to type the words on a customized path. In the previous tip, we worked through simple shapes like rectangles, circles, and custom shapes. When the path you want to create is more complicated than those shapes, you can manipulate the text into a path that works for your design using tools specific to either Photoshop or Elements. Here's how. With your document open, begin by getting the Custom Shape tool. For Photoshop Elements, locate the tool options at the bottom of the screen. Choose a shape and then select a color that contrasts with your document. And then tick the Create a New Shape layer in the tool options. For the tutorial, I'm going to leave the shape size unconstrained and no style selected here. In the full version of Photoshop, find the options bar at the top of the editing window. Choose Tool Mode, Shape, choose a fill color that contrasts with your background, no stroke, and New Layer under the path operations. And then choose a shape from the shape picker if you're using the custom shape tool. Click and drag out the shape on your page, or hold the shift key and click and drag to drag out a perfectly proportioned shape on your page. Now choose a shape that you want to add to the first shape. Select the background layer in the Layers panel and then select the shape layer again. In the Elements tool options, choose Add to Shape Area, and in the Photoshop options bar, choose Combine Shapes. Click and drag out your second shape. Press the space bar to reposition the shape before you release, because once you release the clicker, it's too late to change. If you wanted to cut out a portion of the original shape, you would choose Subtract from Shape Area instead of using the Add to or the Combine Shape option. Keep adding and subtracting areas from the main shape until you've achieved the customized path shape that you need. You can scroll through the custom shapes to find a shape that will help you alter your text path to fit whatever shape you're trying to outline. Switch to the Move tool if you need to reposition the shape around an element or a frame or a cluster. At this point, I like to reduce the opacity by dragging the opacity slider down so I can see what's underneath. You can also drag the shape under the element that you're trying to surround. With the shape layer selected, get the Type tool. In the tool options, select a font style, size, and color before dragging your cursor over to the shape. When you move the cursor over to the edge of the shape on your document, you can see that it changes into an eye with a wavy line through it. Click anywhere and begin typing. Your text will follow the outside edge of the shape. Tick the check mark to confirm your text. So let me walk you through Photoshop Elements. You'll get your shape, click and drag out your shape on your document, and then choose the Add to Shape down in the options. Click and drag out your second shape. Now get the Move tool and either reduce the opacity of this shape layer, or you can drag it under the element that you're trying to surround with text. Get the Type tool, select your font style, color, size, and position, and then move your cursor over to the edge of the shape layer. You've got to have the shape layer selected, and you need to move it to the edge until it turns into an eye with a wavy line. Click and begin typing. Your text will surround the shape. In Elements, sometimes you need to add spaces in various spots throughout the shape to get it to wrap nicely, especially if there are sharp curves. So in this one, I might want to add a space here in the corner just to make it look better. You'll just click the text path using the Type tool and add spaces where needed. Next, hide the shape layer by clicking the layer visibility icon, which looks like an eyeball on the left side of the shape layer. In the full version of Photoshop, get the Path Selection tool. It's located below the Type tool on the tool panel. Position your cursor over the text path. You can drag to the right or to the left to make your text move around the shape until it fits nicely. You can drag outward over the line to make the text wrap around the outside of the shape, or you can drag inward to make the text wrap around the inside of your shape. The text path line will disappear when you click a different layer in the Layers panel. This is a really great way to wrap text around embellishments, page mats, element clusters, and other complex shapes on your project. In the next tip, I'll introduce 3 Photoshop Elements tools for creating text on paths. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check back in 2 weeks for the next DesignerDigitals tip.